Hi, my name is Amy Middleton. I'm currently Polk County Supervisor for District 10. I'm running again for a second term, and our election is April 5th in 22. What motivates me to run and to stay on the board for a second term is a number of issues that I care about. And I'm an issue-based person, and I care about things and work with a diverse group of people. So I'm not necessarily a party politic kind of person. I'm an issue-based person. And I felt like I wanted to have input on these issues that I cared about. The most important issues that I think are facing Polk County, there's a number, but I have to look at it from the perspective of my district and the work that I've been doing. So for the last year and a half, I've been spending a lot of time working on something called PTAG. It's the Polk County Trail Advisory Group. And we are a group of 6 different users around recreational that report to the Environmental Services Committee. So we're kind of a work group and we advise them. So we can tell them, but then they have the final say, and then that goes on up to the full county board. And what we've developed is, I'll show you, the first Polk County Trail Advisory Comprehensive Trail Plan. And you can go to our website at the Polk County, it's upper right-hand corner, and you can click on it and you can get this whole report downloaded. And so the concept of this group was to put all these 6 user groups in a room, get public input in the summer. We spent a bunch of time talking kind of in the field at trailheads and parking lots, in kiosks about what do hikers want, what do ATVers want, what do snowmobilers want, what do white bikers want, what do skiers want, what do fat bikers want, what do mountain bikers want. And then basically all of those people on the committee got locked in a room Mondays, once a month for the last year and a half, to work with a consultant and the staff of the Environmental Services Division to develop this comprehensive trail plan. And now it's implementation time. So the staff is working on trails for ATVs, working on a connection of a ski trail. So you can go in there and look at everything that we've kind of laid out. So that's a really important project for me because 1, I care about trails. 2, I care about the health and benefits of getting people outside. And 3, it's a great recreational asset. And the pandemic, if nothing else, has showed us how many people are using our trails in Polk County. You know, if you were ever out during the pandemic, it looked like a herd of buffalo were going down trails that previously were hardly used. So I think that's a huge thing. The last piece of that is in our budget for our 2022 budget that we passed last year in November. We allocated $1.45 million to this effort. And there's never been that kind of level of commitment from Polk County before. So it's kind of exciting to be a part of that. And it's exciting that we have staff support and we have supervisor support, and the staff is excited. And so that's a big issue for me. If people are interested in this, call the staff and they can give you details on this. If you have something particular to input and you want to say about your trail, feel free to call the staff or call me and I can get you connected on that. The other issue is broadband. So again, the pandemic showed us our weak links in our broadband service, and we have a huge kind of problem in our county. Here, I have another little goofy thing. So the yellow spots are the weak areas in the county. Those are considered underserved. And the county hired a consultant to go through kind of street by street and look at who had service, who had 1 user, one provider, 2 providers, no providers. And then the yellow areas are the weak areas. It's primarily Turtle Lake, Osceola, Farmington, and Clam Falls area. So kind of Frederick, actually, Clam Falls, Frederick. So we have some spots that need fixing. Last week at our county board meeting, we had a resolution pass that's allowing the county to work with some providers to write grants to the federal government to try and get some broadband help. So if you recall, the federal government has a infrastructure commitment now, and broadband is included in that. So everybody's realizing that we need some broadband access. The other piece about broadband that I just hear about on the sort of stories on the streets is people have trouble with selling their homes. They have trouble working from home. Their options for getting a new job are limited because they can't work from home. So, part of the economic development and security of the county does work to have this as another option that we can provide citizens to be able to live here and commute online. So that's an important issue. And then the last issue, I'm not going to burden you guys with a whole bunch of them because there's a lot of them, but the last one that I am caring a lot about, because I'm hearing a lot about it, is there's a proposal in my district for a hard rock quarry. So if anyone knows, our area is blessed with this amazing stuff called basalt, which makes really good roads and really good bedding for railroads or driveways. And we have one quarry now, Dresser Trap Rock, that's north of Dresser, a little bit in my district and a little bit mostly in the village of Dresser. And there's been a proposal to, there's an application before the county right now to open a quarry over off near Trollhagen. This is the same quarry application that we saw in 2009 that both the town of Osceola and the county said no to and denied. They're back. Not much has changed. It's all similar issues around neighborhood impacts, incompatible land use, trucking, road impacts, dust, water quality, groundwater impacts, well dewatering impacts. So the county's looking at that. That is going to probably, I don't know how long it's going to go on for. There is a hearing on April 20th. So if people are interested, they should come to the county and testify about this. Then and this is before the Environmental Services Committee. Then that committee may or may not vote that day or not, but this is in their hands. And I will be working with staff and the committee to encourage them to ask a lot of questions, make sure they've answered the community's questions around whatever that comes up, dust, trucking, water, etc. And those questions need to be answered satisfactorily because the proposal that we saw in 2009 was denied, and there's not much difference here. It's a little bit smaller, but there's still the same issues remain. So that's a huge issue for my district, and I'm hearing a lot about that, and I'll be focusing on tracking that a lot. So where do I stand on these issues? I think I've sort of said that. I support broadband. I support looking at this quarry very, very carefully, and I support trails. So those are kind of my things. As far as qualifications, I count this as a skill, but I listen. I listen to the public, and that is a skill. And it's a challenging one sometimes because you might not want to hear what the public says. You might not agree with what they say. But I try to listen to everybody equally, and I try to glean something from everyone. I mean, everybody has something to say that you can benefit from. So if they don't agree with me and they're yammering at me, I'll still kind of try and pull out the little bit of truths here and there that I think are important. I can also work with a diverse group of people. So, on these committees, on both the trail committee, it's been a diverse group of people. Our county board is a diverse group of people, and I like meeting people. I enjoy working with different kinds of people, and that's one of, I think, my qualifications and skills is that I can work with different people. And then just lastly, we're a policy board. The county makes policy and the staff implements it. So we're charged with kind of thinking a little bit big picture and making policy and resolutions that track us in a certain way or a different way. And I've spent, I don't know, most or if not all of my career in the arena of public policy and kind of looking at how you implement things for communities. And that's my perspective is I think when I'm thinking about a public policy, it's with the whole community in mind and the impacts that it might have on both the environment, a neighborhood, our water, the river. As we all know, we're home to the first wild and scenic national riverway ever to be designated in the country, the St. Croix River. And so I think about that when I'm making decisions. So, you know, the other piece that I did is helping a lot of work with communities over the years. And so I get kind of community input processes, and it doesn't scare me, and I want to hear from people. So I think that's my qualifications. So for contact information, my email is Amy for Polk County, all one word, at gmail.com. That's Amy for Polk County at gmail.com. And my phone is 651-208-2217. And texting or calling is good. I'm probably a better texter, and we could set something up to talk. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to vote on April 5th.